Hi, I'm Grant Moon, and I'm working on our Back to Basics series of videos. This is modifications of machine-made shoes that we can do in the truck every day, or they can be modifications that we can use at certification. What I'm looking at using right now is a Delta Challenger TS8 machine-made shoe, hind, and I'm going to give a lateral support with quarter clips. So to do this, I have to widen the outside branch, and we could do this by fullering, but that would give traction also. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on the hoof surface, and we're going to bevel down the inner edge of the shoe. This is lateral support, not lateral extension, so the foot would fit normally on the outer edge of the shoe. So this part of the shoe wouldn't be carrying foot anyway. So that's what's going to give us our lateral support. We're also going to put side clips on. We're going to use a cross peen hammer to do these because the gap between the nail holes is quite small. So I don't want to damage the nail holes, so I'm going to a cross peen hammer. And we're going to safe the toe. We're going to safe the toe when we grind it. But it's going to have several features: lateral support, safing the inside, fix the heel checks, safe the toe, and quarter clip. I start with a flat of my hammer at the heel, pulling the inside edge down. Then I work forward with the round of my hammer, but not going too far into the hoof surface. I'm making the inside edge really thin, but I'm still trying to leave a nice flat surface for the foot to sit on. We flatten it off. So we can fit the foot normal on the shoe, and this is safety way towards the sole. You can see right there, there's a significant difference between the inside and the outside branch. And now with the inside, I just safe that up a little bit. We can do that almost cold. And put it on the horn, let it fit onto the anvil. Just lean my hammer over a little. And that's actually hitting on the horn. So I'm not hitting past the horn like when I shape a shoe. I'm hitting on the horn, and that's forging the edge of the shoe. I've got the hammer at an angle, and that's safing it. And there we've got our basic shoe done. Now we need to add the quarter clips. On a small shoe like this, I tend to use a cross peen hammer because I've got a small gap between the clips. I put the shoe over about 1/8 of an inch, and I hit directly into the corner of the anvil. That will then, as that hammer penetrates, because it's over the edge, it'll transfer the metal to the back side. I'll make my 2 clip sources, and then I'll draw the clips. Get my shoulder in line with the anvil, put it over the edge, hold up, 1/8 of an inch over, into the corner, 3/4 of the way through. Watching where you're hitting. Put over the edge, about 1/8 of an inch, hit into the corner, watching what you're hitting. Going about 3/4 of the way through. And as you're hitting it, you're bracing down. That way the shoe doesn't change shape. If you're relaxed, then as you're hitting it, the shoe will twist. So it's very important that as you hit, I'm bracing. Give it a little bit of leveling. Now, here, I'll set the clip flat first, and then I'll draw the clip out. Line myself up with the anvil, flatten it to set the base, come up the middle. Watching the shape of the clip as we go to the point. Flatten it out, all nice and smooth. And again, I'm bracing, not pulling with my tongs. That's why my shoe doesn't change shape. So, set the clip, come up the middle, up the middle, up, come up flat. Flattening it out, bring it up to a nice point. Now I need to level it behind the clip, so I face the clip towards me, face the clip towards me. See, there's very little unleveling of the shoe when I've done this. I set the front and the back of the clips, get the shoe flat, set the clip into the radius of the shoe, set the front of the clip and the back of the clip to get a bit of a radius on it. Get to the perimeter of the shoe, front of the clip, back of the clip, get a nice radius on the clip, the angle of the hoof wall. And we've done very little distortion of the shoe. Even though I've drawn the clips, I can still drop a nail in the nail holes. I haven't damaged the nail holes. So now just my final bit of shaping. Shape the shoe, and bring out, straighten the toe quarter on the outside, bend the branch around, straighten the inside toe quarter. And most shaping is just like I'm doing there, light hammer blows. We're checking the nail holes again after we've clipped it. When we clip it, we shouldn't distort the nail holes. We're going to use a Delta 5 slim blade, and it drops nicely into the holes. So even with the clipping, we haven't distorted the nail holes. That's the whole idea when we're modifying machine mades, is that we don't make work for ourselves. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean up my heel checks so they line up with the frog. I'm going to safe the inside branch. That'll safe it, and it'll also decrease the surface area. And on the hoof surface, I'm going to box it a little bit and box the inside just a little. It's also an idea on some hind feet, if they're overstepping, just to safe the toe. And when you safe the toe, it's to safe the outside edge. That's safing when you work on the outside edge. If you work on the ground surface and knock it down, that's rolling. So safing is working on the outside edge, rolling is working on the ground surface. Now we're going to safe the toe. I'm doing it on the outside edge from toenail to toenail. So we can see with a roll toe, the roll toe is based on the ground surface. If we look at a safe toe, it's based on the outer edge. There's really understanding the difference between a roll and safing. A lot of time people are saying they're safing hinds, but what they are really doing is rolling the toe. It's changing the angle of the outer edge. So instead of being vertical, it's at 50 degrees.